on with Tom Ferguson, okay?
I think he's immortal.
He's
the new immortal.
He's immortal? He says something. He says
it's been an honor, sir.
Oh, yeah.
It's been an honor,
I was going to
sir.
say, he said, Daddy, I'm sorry. But he said, he said it's been an honor, sir. And he blew up the whole house.
Spine-gripping move.
All right. Welcome back to the Break Room. It's the first episode of Invincible. And boy, what an episode. Let's talk about it. I'm Brandon Barrick. Who cares? Joining me today, every time he appears in my kitchen with a knife, I think he's going to kill me. It's Tommy Bechtold.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Big Sauce.
And when all of his dimensional variants get together, he calls it the family. Say hello to Tom Michelsen.
When you're here, your family. Like Olive Garden.
Oh, I like an Olive Garden.
I'm hungry now.
Does every dimension have an Olive Garden? We'll talk about it. And finally, he's got a big brain, and he ain't afraid to show it. It's Jay Washington.
Oh, my brothers, testify!
Devon! All you Devon heads out there.
Sorry.
We can't afford to break our tables.
This table's already broken. We've broken it enough.
Well, we're here to talk about Invincible Season 2, and it's pretty incredible so far, I must say. Still violent, still full of teenage angst. They're teenagers, right? Yeah, they just graduated high school.
They're teenagers.
Still brutal, still funny, still sad. All those things all the time. We're going to keep covering this show as long as you keep watching it.
That's right.
And you keep wanting it. Let us know what you're looking forward to this season in the comments. Let us know what you thought about this episode, what your questions are. We're going to go through some of our lingering questions today. But maybe you got thoughts. Maybe you've read all the comics and you know everything. Yeah. But this show is subverting your expectations. I love when they do that, when you think you read a comic, but they're going to change everything. Also, let us know what you're going to be watching this winter as you swallow a log and go in for a few months of hibernation.
My loneliness is what I'm watching. My loneliness in a mirror.
Single tear for hours and hours.
Are you guys breaking down
We'll find love. We'll find love.
Hallmark
No, I won't.
Christmas movies this year.
We will.
I've tried to believe in love and holidays and a black Hallmark movie, and ain't none of this shit out.
Listen,
Shut up, Tom.
I rarely say this, but you know there are catalogs where you can buy a woman.
I'm only watching the holiday movies that Candace Cameron approves of.
Oh, yeah. I want deep Christian themes and deep Christian names.
I just want y'all to know something. This was the path this show was on.
We're way off it.
And here it goes.
We're in another dimension.
The rails are here, and we're here.
We're in another
Off
dimension.
them. Off them.
Yeah, you're gonna watch the Monarch show. You're gonna watch
No.
anything else? You're gonna watch Rebel Moon.
I'm watching everything
Rebel
on
Moon.
Zeus. Okay, I'm watching baddies.
Yeah.
I'm watching nothing but black women fight.
I do enjoy baddies.
That's how you catch everybody off guard.
What's the name of the dating show?
Love is Blind?
No.
Naked and Afraid? Or
Naked
The
Attraction.
Naked
No, on
Truth?
Zeus.
Oh, I don't know the name of it, but I
Know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? All right. Sorry, guys.
Crazier than Naked
That's a
Attraction?
good bit.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
good
more
bit.
violent.
Well, let us know what you're going to be watching in the comments. Maybe we'll cover it too. I don't know. Let's all enjoy our winters together.
You know what? Go back and revisit some Rankin Bass
Yeah.
claymation cartoons.
Yeah.
And then go back and revisit some spanking ass.
All right. All
Heyo.
right. Let's talk about Invincible, Season 2, Episode 1. Let's do a quick recap of the episode. And we're back. We start off with a startling scene on an Earth under ruin by the unstoppable Invincible and his father, Omni-Man. They even team up and kill the Immortal. Did we miss something here? When did Mark agree to his father's conquest?
Shout out Conquest. Get it, ladies and gentlemen? Conquest. That's somebody that you saw in season 1.
There was someone named Conquest?
Yes, the big Wilford Brimley looking dude from Viltrum. His name is Conquest. His name's Conquest.
Nice pull.
Well, when their names are Conquest, it's not that much of a mystery.
It's not a mystery. Yeah, what's going on? It's a joke, guys. We've been joked.
It's a goof.
This isn't our Earth or Invincible's Earth. We'll call it Earth Prime. Let's call the main Earth.
Every Earth is Earth Prime.
I know,
Why are
but
we so arrogant to be the Prime?
gotta
Earth?
have
Why
a
we just
name.
can't
We
be
gotta have a
Earth
name.
1?
Let's call it-
616 is taken. So.
Let's call it Best Earth.
Best
Best
Earth.
Earth.
Okay.
We'll
We'll soon learn that this dystopian hellscape is in another dimension. On this Earth, Mark joined his father in Conquest. A resistant movement led by Adam Eve, Robot, and a new character named Angstrum Levy have been trying to stop them, but they are clearly no match. Omni-Man and Invincible find their hideout and wipe them out. This Mark even paralyzes Eve so he can just like
Which was so
keep her around. What a mess.
She's
what a
not
mess.
dead. She's just paralyzed.
And then Omni-Man goes, oh, that's what you was practicing on the
Practicing.
browser.
That's even worse.
Also, he's like, I got a guy to take care of her.
Oh yeah, I got a guy. I was like, where did you find
Who's
this
the guy?
Who's taking care of it?
But before they can brutally kill Angstrum Levy, he zips away through a portal. Yep, he can hop from dimension to dimension. Back in our prime dimension, Mark is in his feelings, dude. Oof. I mean, we've all just shut off the lights, turned on Karma Police, and just vibed, you know? Just vibed. Just even hearing that song put me in a dark place. He's going through the motions as Invincible, handling small-time hero issues in secrecy. So adorable. He's still reeling from his fight with his dad and the damage it caused both to the city of Chicago and to him and his mother, Debbie. It's clear they're both trying to move on, but the very house they live in is a reminder of dear old Nolan. Meanwhile, deep in an underground GDA prison, the Mahler twins are complaining about their lackluster prison food when green portals open in their cells. They walk through them and find themselves in a deep crater. They meet Angstrum Levy and quickly deduce that he can open portals between dimensions, but not within the same dimension, and that the portals open in the same spot in the respective dimensions. I love these guys for their quick exposition.
Yeah.
Very helpful, and they're so smart. I love how smart the Maulers are. They're really great.
And they're so sarcastic with their smartness. They're
I know.
like, yeah, you can open portals in different dimensions, but not the same.
yeah.
Why
Why
not?
are we walking?
Why are we walking
The
here?
clone isn't that smart though, but the real one is.
Yeah, the real one's a smart one. The clone is
yeah.
dumb.
Yeah, clone's dumb.
Angstrum needs their help, which is something we've heard before from someone we think is a good guy.
Robot.
Tommy,
Tommy?
back at school. Mark is just a sad bummer. Does anyone want to hang out with a buzzkill?
No.
No, thanks. Bye, Mark. I'm going to hang out with Toby now. Amber tries to cheer him up, and even Eve leaves her treehouse to check on him, but he's still just a bummer. Anyway,
she can't do a
he
living
tells
at it.
Cecil that he wants to be doing hero stuff, but Cecil isn't sure he can trust him.
No,
Come
hell
on,
no.
after all, he's a Viltrumite for crying out loud. All right, he's got a Guardians of the Globe squad, but they're not great. Cecil's struggling right now.
Yeah.
Even Cecil's right-hand man, Donald Ferguson, can see that. And I'm seeing dead people. Call me Baby Haley, because I am seeing dead people.
Wasn't he murked? Yeah. In the last
Yeah.
song?
Did he lose his spine and body at the
He
same
went
time?
kabloomy. I went back and checked because I was
Yeah, I was like,
very
did I not
confused.
He pulled a
watch the
Sergeant
different-
Nicholas Brody from Homeland. Remember that show, guys?
Homeland. Yeah.
Homeland,
With
yes,
Claire Danes.
yes.
Damian Harris is a running back for the Buffalo Bills. What's his name?
Damian Darkblood.
Damian Lewis.
Damian
Oh.
Lewis.
Jonesy from Dreamcatcher. Cecil demotes Robot as leader of the team. And God, you can see the pain in those robotic eyes.
Yeah.
Or the 12-year-old eyes.
Because he finally is scared now. And once the girl, she was like, yeah, this is all a video game to you now.
Yeah.
But why is he in the... Go ahead, I'll ask you.
No, I mean, there was only one rule. Don't interrupt me while I read the recap.
Sorry.
Cecil demotes Robot and brings back the leader of... Oh, and he brings back Immortal, that bastard.
Yeah.
Your head fell off. Go retire.
Well,
Go to-
it got chopped
Go
off.
to Florida. Go to Florida. Go to Florida. That's right. The Immortal guy is still alive, and there's a new strong guy on the team named Bulletproof, voiced by Jay Farrow. We find out what Angstrum is up to with the Maulers. He wants to use their tech to put the minds of over 1,000 Angstroms into his brain. God, to have 1,000 Angstroms inside.
A lot of angst.
He wants to use their knowledge to create a utopia. There's no way this is going to go wrong, guys. Anytime someone puts 1,000 men inside.
Nope, shut up! Shut up!
Hey, the power of 1,000 men. With the power of 1,000 men inside me, I shall be invincible.
It backfires.
It backfires for real,
Backfires.
literally. Like
Broken
backfire,
backs.
broken back fire.
Who cast this show?
Broken backs and shattered
The
cracks.
email that we got cast this damn
Sorry,
show. That's what casted this email that was sent out.
Brandon.
Well, the plan does backfire, after all.
I'm sorry.
After promising to do whatever Cecil says, Invincible is sent out for his first job for the GDA, stopping whatever the hell the Maulers are up to. He shows up to find the intense machine that the Maulers and Angstrum built to do the Angstrum family mind meld. It's already up and running when Invincible tries to stop it. Maulers from multiple dimensions start beating him down. This boy can't go one episode without a beatdown.
And by the way, sorry, I am going to.
You interrupting me? Are you breaking the rules?
You interrupt Brandon.
I'm the king of the prompter. Leave in the comments your favorite Mauler. Mine is Zesty Bangs Mauler.
I like masks.
Not to be confused with female Mauler. Different character. I'm
Yes.
talking, we all saw our boy 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah. I liked masked turtleback.
Yeah.
Mauler was a good one.
Yeah.
Angstrum doesn't want to see Invincible killed necessarily, so he tries to exit the machine early, but it blows up, seemingly killing everyone.
Which he said not to do.
But we soon learn that one Mauler survived, hideously damaged, along with a severely damaged and mutated Angstrum Levy that wants to kill Invincible.
I just want to say for the record, even in the comics, the fact that all the brains that are in Angstrum melded together to look like one padded up homeless dreadlock. It speaks volumes. He got that old matted dreadlock
gross.
brain. It's like,
Pretty gross. Pretty
I
gross.
also wonder, is this Mauler going to heal before he makes a clone, or will the clone have the same damage, battle damage? Because you would be able to tell
Dimensional
who's the
damage.
clone if it doesn't have the
well,
damage.
that's the thing. Like the Maulers are, so that's damage though. But why would it? Here's my thing. Just thinking ahead in general. If he made a copy of himself, it would only be of what he looked like pre-damage.
It's his DNA.
Well, what I
right?
was
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
is maybe it's dimensional damage. So
Oh, it's
maybe
permanent?
maybe it's some kind of permanently bonded with it because it came from the dimensional machine. So maybe that's what it looks like now. We don't know.
Well, let's talk about these
know.
dimensions. And our first lingering question for today: how big of a threat is Angstrum Levy going to be this season? I mean, they're setting him up to be the big bad. He's got a. I mean, you can't say celebrity cameos because everyone's a celebrity
Everyone's
cameo.
yeah.
Sterling K. Brown, big actor, you got a big voice actor. But this show can sometimes kind of fake you out with who the big villain is, right? Like, especially last season, every episode it was like, oh, the Martians and the Sequids are
we
going to
had
be the
that
big
whole
deal. Or
segue in
like,
Mars and we
Alan the
thought that,
Alien's
yeah.
going to be big.
Right.
You know, so is Angstrum Levy going to be our big bad?
Here's the thing. I'm sorry, I couldn't stop laughing before I started saying this, and I know I shouldn't say. You have a black man with a lot of knowledge.
That's
That
dangerous.
is dangerous to white people.
Dangerous.
It's certainly going to
So
scare us.
you're saying the big bad is the CIA.
Yes,
The man is the big bad.
The man.
I do appreciate that you immediately Angstrum is like, I gotta kill Invincible, right? And I love that the Mauler is like, yo, your brain's messed up.
Yeah.
You're wrong. Actually, Invincible didn't do, you did this.
Also,
Like,
the physical body of Angstrom did not want to kill Invincible.
Right,
But
right.
now in his brain, he's got 999
Yeah.
scenarios where
Invincible
Invincible
took-
genocided his planet.
Yes.
So
I
it's
was gonna
like,
say because there might be other Angstroms out there who are evil. Because this one was very clear. I'm passive. I don't want to hurt
I
anybody.
don't think any of them was evil. You saw them all just sitting down,
Well,
chilling in the
reading
lobby.
books,
reading
yeah,
books
in
in
the
everything.
library.
That's a
Yeah.
question I had though. Like, do you really think that Angstrom's original intent was a utopia and was altruistic?
No, absolutely.
Right? It does seem specious to me.
Utopia is basically.
It's a trick.
If you look at this Angstrom from where he came from, right? This Angstrom's idea, seemingly of utopia, is a world without Invincible and Omni-Man that haven't genocided everybody, like we said, because that's all he wanted. Remember, he was working with the Resistance to stop this, but now he's seen 1,000 lifetimes of them killing everybody.
Right. 'Cause,
So-
yeah, we assume that every one of the Angstroms in the family, that every world has had the same problem.
Right.
The same
Maybe
Omni-Man.
Invincible looks like Omni-Man and Omni-Man looks like him, because remember in each
Right,
dimension
right.
something is just
Well,
slightly
that's-
twisted.
he also says, he's like, in most of the dimensions, Omni-Man and Invincible
They team up.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what I was thinking actually is, it's funny to answer your question. I think he really was trying to be altruistic and really wanted a utopia because you know who else thought he was right and wanted that? Omni-Man. Omni-Man's thinking that bringing the Viltrum Empire
Yeah.
here will make a utopia,
Yeah.
will make everything great. But he's going about it
His
a
method's
totally
right,
different
because
way.
he's like, you have to kill off people
Right.
who are weaker to
Right.
create a society that's
And
strong.
because even
and
towards
it's
the
wrong.
end, you can tell Omni-Man maybe doesn't want this, but he's trying to do what he thinks is right. And Angstrom thinks he's doing what's right too.
Yeah.
And the other big bad of the show had the exact
Yeah.
same motivations.
Also, how did they pick that Angstrom? Like, why does he get to have everyone's
and have the portal. Maybe because he's got the portal power.
Well, they
He's
all
the
have
one-
portal
No,
power.
they
don't
don't.
No,
they
some of them don't.
No,
Most of them don't.
Yeah, most of them don't. He brought them in. They just are Angstroms from the different world.
Right, who
Oh,
just
okay,
have
I
the knowledge. Yeah,
understand.
so he's trying to sync up with all of them, but not all of them have necessarily a portal
portal
power.
power.
Or
Where
maybe
do
any
you think,
powers.
do you think the portals really come from his butt?
I think they generate in the
Confirmed,
butt
confirmed.
and then come out through the fingers. But like that's where.
Power.
He making queef portals?
Yeah. Well, I don't think he can make a queef portal.
You don't know what that
I
Angstrom
don't
can
know what Angstrom's rocking
So,
downstairs.
do you think Mark will go to college?
That's a good question, Tommy. Will Mark go to college?
I mean, societally, it's a bad investment at this point. If
I would think so too. And college is
point.
a dangerous place. The very college he visited, Upstate University, had a man creating cyborgs.
Yeah, like,
and he still wants to go there.
turns a
Soldier
star football
cyborgs.
player into
Right.
a mutant.
And he still wants to go there.
Yeah.
I mean, that scene was very interesting, right? Because Amber switches the envelopes to judge if he really wants to go. And she initially says, like, I don't think you want to go. He's like, no, babe, I want to go. But, like, I think his head's a mess, right?
Yeah,
he
he
doesn't
wants
want
to
to go
be
to
up.
school.
Well, he wants to be normal to an extent. Because to him, if you look at how Mark is going through this whole episode, his whole thing is, I do not want to be my dad.
Right.
His biggest fear is becoming his father because of the whole Viltrumite thing. So to him, helping is one thing, but also kind of being just Mark Grayson.
Being human.
Being
Yeah.
human,
yeah.
helps him to not be his father. So, he kind of wants to go because, again, he got a hot girlfriend.
Right.
He has what he did.
I would go to college too, yeah.
I would too. He thinks what he wouldn't have. Remember, he never thought he would get Amber.
Right.
Yeah.
And he thought he was going to lose Amber. When she found out in season 1, she was like, duh, I know who you are. And he was like, oh, shit, thank you. Like, she was like, you think I didn't know? So, like, it's normal little things like that he wants.
And I think that the big distinction too is what he wants. Is that what he's gonna get? I think that because they're setting it up for him wanting it so much, I think he's probably not gonna end up going because it's gonna hit the fan.
Also,
and,
if
who
he
knows?
goes to school, he don't have to pay for it. The government is going to take care of it.
That's a good
I
point.
mean, the GDA should
The
pay for him
GDA
to
is
do
taking
it.
care of
minimum.
everything he needs. It's like,
And in theory, like Cecil would want him to go to college. It would keep him grounded, keep him in a place where he knows where he is.
Yeah. Keep an eye on him.
Stick him in like a film theory class.
yeah.
Like, when
Join some
Michael
improv
Myers
classes.
plunges a knife into a person, it's a phallic gesture.
I think going to college could be dangerous, right? Because there's going to be those nights where
He's
Mark's
gonna
like,
get all those woke ideologies.
well, that, and, Mark's got a paper due the next day, and he's like, man, I haven't started. I could write this paper, or I could just kill my teacher.
Now,
and
Mark
I think it
Robinson-
could push him towards the Viltrumite.
Mark all of a
side.
sudden telling Amber, you know what I am, Amber? An alpha male. Do you know what an alpha male
I've been listening to some podcasts, Amber.
Right,
and
right.
Do you know about Joe Rogan?
Right.
We want to thank our sponsor, Alpha Male. Premium male enhancement supplements.
No, I think
And
you're
alpha
right.
milk.
We could see Mark. Mark could set up on campus with a little folding table that says, I think all humans should die. Change my
Change my
mind.
mind.
Prove me
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
Arm wrestle me.
Yeah, arm wrestle.
Mark, get the tables.
Get the tables.
Live show.
That's right, Tommy. New Rockstars is putting up a live show in Los Angeles at Brain Dead Studios on Fairfax, November 16th.
Whoa, look at that logo.
Nice.
We open the doors for dorks. Greet
I know, I was like,
nurture the nerds.
200 Sprite, you
Anyone
nailed
else?
it, you nailed
Don't
it.
show
We
up.
fondle the foul sons.
Whoa!
Okay, you're out.
We tickle
Nope.
the talentless. It'll be a night of trivia, games, full frontal male nudity,
No.
and a bunch of stuff that we can't do on YouTube because YouTube won't let us. I'll be there, so you can better believe there'll be inappropriate jokes. It's at an awesome old school single
Like
screen
it.
theater, formerly the Silent Theater
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Fairfax. Now Brain Dead Studios, they have a beer garden for crying out loud. They're growing beers there. And some really cool merch. You gotta check them out. If you live in Los Angeles, you know your boy Big Sauce would love to see you there.
Big
get
who?
Let's get saucy together.
Sauce?
We can get a ticket. We can. I was told I do need to buy a ticket to this.
Yeah.
You can get a ticket by clicking on the link in the description, or head on over to dice.fm. That's right, dice.fm, and search for New Rockstars. Guys, that's as easy as getting tickets is these days, Most of the time, I find a guy in a trench coat, he whips his coat open, I gotta look at something I don't wanna see, and then he gives me a ticket.
Tickets?
Is the
Tickets?
ticket real? Usually a graham cracker with print on it. That's how I saw Taylor Swift, but it wasn't Taylor Swift, it was Taylor Swatch. Tickets are limited, okay? They're limited. They're gonna sell out. People need to touch me, so they will buy tickets for a
I'm
chance.
just going if the ladies will be there, not for Tommy Swan.
There will be broads. So grab yours now, and I'll see you in person on November 16th. I'm gonna riot.
Oh, yeah?
Lastly, be sure to check out our NerdRiot.shop, where you can always grab the latest and greatest new Rockstars gear. Look at me in a throwback into
A
the
throwback
across the
across the
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse. I'm wearing one of our later Gator shirts.
Yes.
We've got Miss Minute shirts.
Miss Minute.
We got a new Marvel shirt on there with the cat, with the Flurkins.
Oh,
The
yes.
Flurkin?
The Flurkins one, I'll be honest, It's a popular one.
I love it.
I'm getting a lot of comments out
yeah.
on the streets, but it's also one of those ones. It's like those magic paintings that are dots you gotta stare at. People are like, oh, kitties, then they look up close. They're like, ooh, tentacled kitties. Anyway, going to nerdriot.shop is a wonderful way to support this channel, and you can check out all our great merch options and look a little better for crying out loud. I've met a few of you this week. You've come up to me and said you're a fan of new Rockstars. You don't look good. Okay?
Stop.
Well, let me speak for myself when I say I've met a few of you all in different places, and you all have been dressed phenomenally.
He's lying. Go to nerdriot.shop and pull yourself together. I'm sick of it, okay? I don't know how much longer I'm going to be having access to nerdriot.shop. So go to the shop and clean up your act. Question 3, what's up with Donald Ferguson?
Another question we want to address that'll probably be addressed on the show, I assume, at some point.
Yeah.
What's going on with Donald Ferguson, okay?
I think he's immortal.
He's the new immortal.
He's immortal. He's Cecil's right-hand man.
Yeah.
And in the season finale, he was set up, he was hiding in a house across the street. When they tried to capture Nolan, Nolan was not having it, so Omni-Man went Omni-Man on him, grabbed his spine, squeezing it, and then he says something. He says,
it's
like,
been an honor, sir.
oh yeah,
it's been an honor,
I was gonna
sir.
say, he said, "Daddy, I'm sorry," but he said, he said it's been an honor, sir, and he blew up the whole
Spine
house.
gripping move.
Daddy, I'm sorry.
That was a different show you watched, Brandon.
Got his spine squeezed. I was like, Daddy, would you like some sausage?
And he blew up. He's dead. He's got to be dead, right? So then
for
all of a
sure.
sudden he's just there.
What if
Cecil's nonplussed, so obviously Cecil's behind this.
Cecil, look, let's call it for what it is. Look, the GDA, look, they've already been trying to figure out how to kill Belgian rights, right?
Right.
Remember we saw that in season 1. They were like, yo, we got Mark and Nolan's
Yeah,
blood.
they were testing his blood.
trying to figure out what to do
Yeah.
with it.
Okay, unscramble the words Donald Ferguson. What do you get? An old Gruffuson.
Okay, so he's an old Gruffuson?
He's an old Gruffuson.
It's a new
Through
alien.
the looking glass, everyone.
And
old Gruffuson.
Wait, where's the other D? Wait.
An
ask questions,
old
don't ask questions.
Gruffuson.
He said O, like O-L.
Oh, with the apostrophe.
No,
Yeah.
N-A-N, old, O-L-D. There's still a Ruffuson. There's another D to
another
these.
D.
Gruffuson is under the umlauted U.
Umlaut,
It's a
umlaut.
silent D.
So
Just
I-
like me.
I was thinking
that
that
silent
it was
D,
is this
girl.
like an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. situation where they got
That's
a lot
what I'm
of
thinking, yeah.
Oswalds but they are aware of each other in that.
Well, in
Yeah,
Agents of
like-
S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
They were
Coulson.
brothers, right?
Yeah,
Weren't
they're
they?
like
They're
brothers.
LMDs. They're all LMDs.
Yeah.
Oh, they're LMDs. Yeah.
What if Ferguson has always been an LMD
Yeah, he's a
of
type of
sorts?
LMD, yeah.
He just is never known.
What's
and
an
just,
LMD?
Life model decoy.
It was something Dr. Doom developed?
Yeah, it's
well,
basically-
S.H.I.E.L.D. developed it first,
Shield,
right? And then
Shield
Dr.
uses
Doom
it. Dr.
used a lot.
Doom uses it. Yeah.
It's
those-
basically a clone.
Yeah, it's like a robotic, cybernetic clone.
Well-
Would not surprise me if he somehow has the Mauler's technology to clone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, he took the scientist dude that made the androids and has him working in
D.A.
the
Sinclair.
D.A. Sinclair,
Yeah.
he has him working at the GDA, remember?
Right.
So would not surprise me. Cecil knows what the Maulers do.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that's how the Maulers reproduce. He knows they clone themselves.
Yeah.
It would not surprise me if Cecil has taken the Mauler technology and made a bunch of Fergusons.
Yeah, because when they...
In the comics, do you like LMD?
Tommy
I'm
was
not going to
quiet.
answer this because I feel
Tommy was quiet for too long, and now I know why.
I'm not going to lie. Tommy's brain was over there working.
It was like LMD. I know what D is.
Yeah, I was like, nope. I'm not
Listen, I have an LMD, a lifelike manufactured dick.
Okay, beautiful.
Anyway.
Well, in the comics, Donald Ferguson, not to spoil anything, he's a robot in the comics.
Okay.
And Robert Kirkman has said like the show is going to deviate from the comics. It already has deviated from the comics, which is great. We don't want to, you don't want a complete
exact
roadmap
retelling,
out
yeah,
there. But yeah, I think it's something like that. And my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. memory is very hazy. Wasn't it a thing too that Coulson didn't know he was rebuilt? He didn't know about the
didn't
events
know
of
for a while.
Avengers.
Yes,
Oh,
no.
And he finds out at some point,
like
right?
the Tahiti thing. Yeah,
Yes,
the
Tahiti
Tahiti
thing was,
project.
yeah.
And I think
He
this
didn't
is
know about
probably
that till
something
later.
similar,
Yeah.
right? Or in Westworld when he didn't know he was a robot. He's like,
right.
this doesn't look like anything to me.
Yeah,
This
I don't
doesn't
see
look like anything to me.
Yeah, the main.
That's enough, Arnold.
I think they're
doesn't
definitely
know.
setting that up. Yeah, exactly. To be something different.
Tommy's a life model decoy. We got 100
Oh,
Tommies.
what's-
Not
Westworld
much of
intro.
a run on you.
I get it now.
That's what
Westworld.
Clementine always said. What's up with that card Olga gave Debbie? You
Yeah.
guys, now, does appear to have some Morse code in it. I translated it.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord
Oh,
Jesus.
great. I want to hear it.
No.
This will be accurate.
Jay,
Let
you're
me
you're
put
not
my
gonna be
note.
mad.
Y'all do what y'all got to
it's
do.
a
Let me
web
know when he
address.
is done, because I feel like he's going to say
FarmersOnly.com.
something.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to be lonely. Go to FarmersOnly.com.
Is he done?
Yeah.
He's
Actually,
done?
what it
Can
says in
somebody
Morse
tap me when he
code
done?
is beep 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 beep.
Oh,
beep.
yeah,
So,
he's right.
Can somebody
Look
tap
that
me when
up.
they're done?
all right.
Black people meet. Is the other one.
So
That's my
yeah,
favorite dating site.
so Olga slides over.
Wait. Y'all tap me in. No, don't you take this out. Don't you write this down. Nope, Evan, don't you write it
Brian,
down.
leave it all in. Brian,
Leave it in,
don't
Brian.
let Evan take control.
Don't you let Evan take control. I'll
This
be
is
in the
about
comments if
Debbie
Evan take
moving
this out.
on.
So Olga shows up surprisingly.
Yeah.
Debbie thinks she's ready. She's ready to die. Debbie's ready to die.
Yeah.
But Olga, when they're talking, she's like, I got help. She was the widow of Red Rush,
Red
the
Rush.
speedster
Who
that
got his shit crushed
Omni-Man
at
killed.
first.
Just squished. Yeah, that was kind of the first big violent moment, right?
Yeah.
Of
But
the
he actually
first
got some
season.
hits in.
Right.
Who,
Yeah, he did some damage.
left all
to
that damage on
Omni-Man.
his chest. Yeah.
Yeah, and we think it's kind of played like, oh, Olga's there to kill her or whatever. And she
Right.
even has the joke about like, I wouldn't stab you, I'd use poison after she'd eaten. I went vampire, not Russian.
And
can't
it
do-
was poison.
I want to suck your blood.
And she's like, I got some help from this group, and slides over a card. It's black and red.
Yeah.
Not normally associated with Happy Good Times. It has Morse code on it, so you don't know what it's for. I mean, she flips it over and reads it, and we don't see what she reads. But is this organization going to be a good thing or a bad thing?
I'm going bad thing. I'm thinking that it's going to be
seems
something
ominous.
Where, yeah, it's something where, and maybe it's going to seem like a good thing, like a support group for maybe partners of people who are superheroes
Spouses,
or
yeah,
spouses. But really, it's probably going to be some ominous thing where they're going to try to bring you into a cult. Who knows?
Right.
Here's something I know, Jay. I'm sorry to cut you
No
off.
worries.
When women gather together, nothing good.
Okay, here we go. See, I wish
Why
you
did you
would
cut to a
have.
shot of the two of us in that?
Right, Brando? Right,
When
Brando?
this gets shared on the internet, I'm going to be the Mike Myers to his Kanye.
This guy.
Mike Myers.
So here's the thing. I think Olga has always been, regardless of everything, Olga has tried to bond with Debbie.
Right.
That's been the one
They were
thing.
the closest. I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
think they were the
implied.
closest.
Yeah, they were actually close.
Yeah.
And I think that Olga, even though she's Russian, I don't think she would be trying anything nefarious with her. I
Right.
think she really is.
Oh, yeah. They're friends.
They're
Yeah.
friends, and she understands that Debbie's out here looking like, I swear to God, I ain't no shit.
Yeah, Debbie's a mess. She has no one to
Debbie
talk to.
She was like, I didn't know shit. She's got to convince everybody, I'm innocent in this. Do y'all get
Right.
this? And I don't have anybody I really can talk to. The only people she can talk, she don't want to talk to Cecil and Eugenia.
Yeah, she already hated them.
She hated them.
Yeah.
Mark is on his own. She can't really confide in him.
Right. And
So
he's dealing with his own.
he's dealing with his own thing. So the only person she does have is Olga, in a sense.
Because imagine being home and everything in your house reminds you of your life that you had
yeah.
with
They're
this
still in this
murderer
house.
If only there
husband.
was a
Yeah.
And you're a
site
pet.
where she could
And you're a
match with
pet.
other singles going through similar experiences. If only.
MeetPeopleFly.com.
Meet people fly?
Maybe she want to meet another superhero.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Meet
How
Fly
about- how
People
about
was
does
already
the Cape
taken.
Yeah, Meet Fly People.
Meet Fly People is for something else.
Does the
Yeah,
Cape
exactly.
smash the drapes.com?
Does the Cape smash the drink?
It's a real red rush.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Debbie's definitely on the edge. I'm very worried about Debbie.
Yeah, me too.
And it's an interesting dynamic for this show because it's kind of played in a way of like, oh, parents often have a tough time connecting with their teenage children, especially when they're going through a big life change or they're growing up, they're about to move out, or like the family dynamic has been shattered. But this show has a very interesting angle where it's like, the normal tropes are there of like a mom just trying to connect and the son just brushing her off. But this son was like nearly beat to death by this man and has a very interesting perspective on his own that Debbie recognizes and that therefore doesn't want to push it. But it's a very weird thing where it's like they both have their reasons for like not wanting to connect.
Yeah.
And then also, Mark has an outlet.
Yeah.
Remember, Mark has
Yeah,
Amber.
he gets to go fly around and be a hero.
Not even just that. He has Amber.
That too, yeah.
What's his name? Rick. He has Eve. He has everybody
He has
with
friends
him.
to talk
he
to
has
about this,
friends.
yeah.
Yeah.
Debbie has nobody but Mark.
And maybe Olga coming
And
out
maybe
now,
Olga.
So, which is,
and Olga just happened.
She didn't reach out to Olga. Olga showed up.
Olga shows up.
Back door was open, she said. She did
Sorry,
on
I
the
didn't mean to
show.
laugh at it. I shouldn't have laughed at it. That's my fault.
I was actually setting up Tommy, and
I know.
back door was open.
Bechtold style. When do you think we're going to see Omni-Man return, if at all?
It would be ballsy. They got to show him at some point, right?
Well, in the comics,
Not just
it's a long,
flashbacks.
drawn-out thing in the comics.
Yeah.
With him and Mark.
And I don't want to just see it in different dimensions,
No.
Omni-Man. I want to know where Omni Prime is right now, what he's doing. Because does he go back to Viltrum? Like, can you fly back to Viltrum? And they're like, what are you doing here? And he's like, well, I just had a thing with my son.
they know
I
he's
told
supposed
my
to be
son
on-
that his
yeah.
mother was a pet to me.
Well, and there's a moment, because I went back and watched the season finale of season 1. Yeah. There's a moment when he's beating Mark to death. He's like, what, 17 years? I could do this again?
I can make
which is
another
just
one.
brutal. And there's a moment where, like, Mark, I think it's after Mark said, when he's like, what would you have? And he's like, I'd have you.
Yeah.
There's a moment where, like, he flinches, where Omni-Man flinches and holds his punch for a second. And you can feel it. And you can see that he's seeing an emotion creep up in his 5,000-year-old body,
Yep.
however old he is.
Well, that's why he had the montage.
And that's why he leaves, right?
And remember, he
Yeah,
had the
that's why he
montage
leaves.
of having him playing as a kid when he didn't
Yeah.
want to get excited when Mark hit his first
Right.
home run.
Yep.
And in a society that he's in where, like, love is not valued at all, and he's had to fake love this whole time, there might be a little real love inside of him.
Oh, yeah.
So where did he go? Do you think he went back to Viltrum, or is he just
Hell
flying
no.
out in space?
He's out in space. Look, the man.
Did he go back to the Flaxen and he was like, I'm back, bitches, let's go again?
Are the Flaxons the time aliens?
Yeah, the Flaxons.
He
And we
went to
saw
go-
them at the end of
he went to
season.
go kill them again,
Yeah,
probably.
Now
yeah.
his pants leaves.
yeah.
Now, I love a good Bronx Tale reference. What you do is you unlock your door and you lock her. Anyways.
Yeah, I think he's just flying out in the universe, taking out his anger and frustration on anybody who looks at him sideways,
Yeah.
because he can. Like, and like you said, like even in the first season and in the Adam Eve special, like there was that moment at the end where Omni-Man gets mad that about Mark dressing up as a hero,
Right.
and you could see him get pissed, and then all of a sudden he kind of softens up because he's definitely conflicted
Yeah.
about all of this. And,
He does not
but
know
again,
how to be a loving father.
Right, because all he's known is how to be this, epic soldier of the Viltrum army and to conquer planets. And now he's got this confusing relationship to him because he does love his wife. He's learned to love his son, but
Right.
then he's supposed to take over and kill this world.
I don't think, and this is a caveat to that, I don't think, this may sound messed up to say, he doesn't really fully love Debbie. He might care. I think he loves Mark more than
Yeah.
anything.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like the Debbie thing. It was so easy for him to be like, your mama's a pet. It was so easy for him
Yeah.
to be, your mama's a pet to me. But when he was finna deliver that last blow that might have killed Mark, he was like, God damn it. And
Yeah, if he had to kill Debbie, he would have done it instantly.
He'd have killed
He would have
Debbie
done it
instantly.
but it was Mark.
If Mark hadn't developed powers, because it was very close to the moment, right?
yeah, he was like, oh shit.
How long do you think Omni-Man would have stuck around? Or like if it was like Mark turns 20 and he's like, okay, at this point,
Yeah, we're just gonna
I've got
conquer the
it.
world.
He just
Yeah.
starts like
He'd just
jumping
start
around.
off.
Commentating,
I think he'd
breaking
offed
spines.
everybody. If Mark wouldn't have
Even
developed,
a non-powered Mark, do you think he would have just killed him?
yeah, because again, you're pointless.
Well, he would have tried to bring him over to his side and be like, hey, why don't you
But
be
what's
one
he
of the
gonna
people
do with a
serving?
non-powered Mark?
Well, they were always
Please
gonna
sweep up?
They were, yeah, exactly. They were always gonna give. I mean, they weren't gonna destroy the Earth. They were just gonna bring them into the Viltrum Empire, right? Viltrumite Empire. And they were gonna let the people
Subjugate
live.
them,
Yeah,
yeah,
subjugate
yeah.
everybody. So he was probably expecting Mark to be a normal, depowered, subjugated person. But I think Mark getting powers actually made it harder for him because
Oh,
now
okay.
he
Yeah,
feels even
now-
more of a connection
Yeah.
to his son.
Yep.
And it's not as easy. And now he can maybe help him do this thing that he doesn't want to do.
Because
Omni-Man,
remember,
you know?
he didn't care. He kind of didn't care much about Mark when Mark's powers hadn't kicked in.
Yeah,
If you
that's
remember
true.
the early episodes of the first season of Invincible, Mark
Yeah, yeah.
still hadn't had his powers. He's like, well,
And when the powers came up, he's like, all right, let's train.
Let's start. Let's
doing
do it.
Yeah, let's play Omega catch around the world. And yeah,
Like, let's
exactly.
throw a ball around. This is something we never discussed real quick, and I noticed in season 1. How many airplanes died?
Or birds.
Birds. Because you clearly know he murdered. He threw a baseball.
I don't know. I don't think he hit anything. I think you got good odds.
He threw a baseball.
Maybe-
You
maybe
if
a
you
good
zoom
eye.
into that baseball, there's just human remains.
Yeah, yeah.
splattered
There's
on it,
like a
like
tooth.
stitches.
There's like a tooth on one
Space
end.
is
A bow?
the atmosphere is large and space is vast. you know?
Yeah, for sure, Brandon. Tell yourself whatever you need to tell yourself to sleep.
Sleep at night. He murdered. There was some plays that went down that no one can explain.
I'm an Omni-Man apologist. He's done nothing wrong.
Omni-Man was right.
Well,
Changed my
Brandon
mind.
Barrick's not going to tell you the truth about Omni-Man, okay? Crooked B.
Yeah. Crooked B. I like that.
Oh, Crooked B's kind of nice.
I like it.
Better than a
Okay.
Crooked D, you know what I'm saying?
Hey-o.
As we do here every week on Invincible Behind the Capes, we're going to play a little game. And we know Invincible is physically invincible so far. But I want to ask each of you, who's the most emotionally invincible this episode? This very episode, which character was the most emotionally invincible? Who's got their emotions on lock?
She's come a long way, baby.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about formerly Monster Woman, now
Oh,
Monster Girl.
okay.
Yeah, come on.
Is she still cursed?
She's still, well, she got the flower in season 1.
But you know what I mean by her curse. Remember, her curse was whenever she changed,
She gets
It
younger.
makes
she
her
gets younger.
Yeah.
She's actually actively changing and hasn't de-aged.
Yeah, maybe the flower ended the curse.
I don't know.
Will she grow up now?
That would be nice for her.
I don't know why I went high pitch.
She's 27, right?
Or something like that.
In the first season, she was 24, 27, something like
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, I thought she seemed a little more zen, a little more.
Yeah.
A little more
Also, it's only been a
dialed
month.
in. Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember,
it's not been that long.
It's only been a month
Yeah,
since
yeah.
Omni-Man just took Mark's face through a train.
Oh, gosh, man.
You said so, Monster Girl?
I go Monster Girl.
Months ago, she's got her emotions on check. What
Yeah.
about you, Tom?
I'm gonna say Immortal for
Yeah,
sure.
he was my-
He's because this is the first episode. I was like, this is the first episode I haven't heard him yelling. He's
Yeah.
been yelling the entire first. He was like, "Why you do that? You killed him!" And this time he's like, "Training begins."
I hope he
5."
beats the ass
Yeah.
out of Rexplode.
Oh yeah, Rexplode.
I hate
He needs his
Rexplode
ass
too much.
beat every
Not for any
episode.
specific lore on the break room, but I just hate Rexplode.
But Immortal's he's probably got his head on straight now, and so
He has lived for like 2,000
He
years.
has, yeah, exactly, and he's got to have that, that compass for the rest of the team, and you can tell he's definitely got an axe to grind, but he wants to do it right this time.
Okay.
It's not a superhero for me. Amber.
Ah, okay,
Amber,
okay.
good one.
Think about it. She is so calm with him with everything. She understands everything from Mark being Mark to Mark's father being Omni-Man to being a kid to try
Yeah.
to
That's
deal
a
with
good
I
one.
life.
think that it's irresponsible for Mark being half Viltrum to have a human
All right.
partner.
No, I'm not doing this.
No, I'm saying like if history's doomed to repeat itself, and he just saw how Nolan took care of Debbie and like saw her as a pet, isn't there a part of Mark that has to be a little afraid that after maybe not this iteration of Amber, but like 100 girlfriends down the line, he's going to start to devalue human life the way his father
I
did?
mean, when you're able to keep free skating like you are as a Viltrumite, you have that pure.
Sorry, did you say free skeeting?
I was like,
I think it's also, that's his struggle, right? And he's aware of it. I
That's
think
what
his
maybe he's trying to-
awareness of it.
he's
will
only
keep
trying to
him-
fight against that. I think.
But again, him being
Free
half,
skeeting, though, can you define that for me?
free skating. Okay, free skating, a verb. It is when you are able to skeet wherever you want to skeet, whenever you want
And
to.
we
skeet.
all free. Right,
Right,
Yeah,
we're all
okay,
free ski,
okay,
but also
yeah.
I think the fact that Mark being half human helps out more than anything because his father is a full. I think what makes this is just a running theme in comics. When you have whatever superpower being mates with a human, that hybrid is always stronger for some reason because of their human side more than anything.
Yes. The hero was inside you all along.
Do you think that Amber? I'm not even going to respond to that. Do you think Amber?
Thank you.
Do you think Amber and Mark will make it by the end of the season? Will they still be together? Because they are Mary Jane, Peter Parker.
She
right?
wants to be with him. I think it's up to Mark if he wants to be with her.
I think they're going to have a tragic college.
I was gonna say,
pregnancy.
is Invincible? I don't know if we're gonna be, we're gonna be given a happy ending based
Yeah,
on the other
I'm worried
shows.
about Omni-Man coming back.
I'm worried about all that too.
killing Amber to
Yeah.
focus Mark up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my big
Yo.
concern.
that would be a good one.
My most emotionally invincible person is Donald Ferguson because he don't know what the
That
fuck's
was
going on.
gonna be my guess. When he's just
That
like,
guy's
yeah,
like,
doing
oh,
my job.
sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows
Rainbows
everywhere.
Great to be old and gruesome. for him.
Well, that's it for us today. Make sure to subscribe to the Breakroom channel here on YouTube and give us a follow on Twitch where we go live every weekday at 3 p.m. sharp for more videos just like this. And if you want us to keep covering this show, let us know in the comments. Drop down your questions, what you thought about this episode, what are your questions for going forward in the future. Maybe we'll shout them out in a future episode. Let us know what you think. Does anyone want to plug their socials today?
Yeah, hit me up on Tom on the mic and leave whatever comment you want because I'm Invincible.
Oh, I like the pause.
Emotionally,
I like the
yeah.
pause.
That was my favorite joke of the whole first episode. They kept doing that.
Yeah, I love a good Invincible joke.
Because they kept doing it like you were waiting for it
You
to
were
cut.
waiting-
You
we were
were
waiting
waiting
for
on
that
the cut.
intro.
You were like, oh, we're not
We're
gonna
not doing it. We're not like,
doing it?
I see what you're doing, man.
My socials, yeah, you can follow me at Tommy Bechtold on all platforms.
Oh, beautiful.
I'm just Mr. J. Washington. You might want to follow me and get your life together and enjoy some great.
Recently retweeted by Leslie Jones herself.
Yeah, one of my good friends. Yes, she posted one of my
Celebrity
videos.
retweets. And you can catch me at Grin and Barrick on X. We'll catch you next time. Let us get us a fetus in. Bye-bye.